Here's a quick overview of what our full day at Epcot with both Lightning Lane Multipass and Single Pass was like. I'll share every ride we went on using the passes, the standby wait time for each, and whether or not using the Lightning Lane Pass for the attraction saved us any time. Disclaimer, we were 4 inefficient novices using the system and we had never used the Lightning Lane passes. I'll share what tips I learned that can help your day run smoother. First, prior to our Epcot day, we purchased a Lightning Lane Multipass for $15 per guest and then a Lightning Lane Single Pass for Guardians of the Galaxy for $14. We entered the park when it opened at 9 a.m. and our first Lightning Lane ride was Mission Space Mars. The standby wait time at the time was quoted as 15 minutes and our Lightning Lane wait was about 5 minutes. Time saved was 10 minutes. Honestly, this ride was truly horrible and I don't recommend it to anyone. Here you see actual vomit bags in the ride because it can make you that dizzy. Overall, dizziness and nausea aside, I would not recommend the Lightning Lane for this attraction. Our next Lightning Lane reservation was for the Disney and Pixar Short Film Festival. There was no standby entrance wait time and no wait time for our Lightning Lane, and so this isn't an attraction Lightning Lane makes much of a difference for. Overall, if visiting the attraction in the morning, I would skip using the Lightning Lane Pass and save for a reservation for a busier attraction. Next, we rode Journey into Imagination with Figment without a Lightning Lane Pass, and there was no wait time for this ride. It was a cute ride overall, so I do recommend it, but definitely did not need a pass to save any time. Our next attraction was Soarin' Around the World, and the standby line was very long. The standby wait was estimated at 90 minutes, and with our Lightning Lane Pass, we waited a total of 25 minutes. This was an estimated saving of 65 minutes, and so I definitely recommend the Lightning Lane for this attraction. We then spent some time tasting a bunch of food at Food and Wine Festival, watched the Encanto show, and visited several attractions that are not part of the Lightning Lane system. Our next reservation was for Turtle Talk with Crush, which had an estimated standby time of 15 minutes. With our passes, we also ended up waiting the same amount of time as the standby lane as everyone entered the show at the same time. I actually was a bit confused as to why this attraction had the Lightning Lane option to begin with, since everyone is all waiting around to enter the show together. Perhaps it gets busier than it was for us that day, but for us there was no time saved and I would not recommend using a Lightning Lane for this attraction. The next Lightning Lane ride we rode was the Seas with Nemo and Friends, and there again was no standby wait time for this ride, and with our passes we basically walked on. This was a cute ride, but no time was saved, so Lightning Lane Pass was not really necessary. We then headed to Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind and used our single-use Lightning Lane Pass. Now this ride uses the virtual queue system, and I overheard someone saying that once it was their turn to fall in the physical line from the virtual queue, it took about 45 minutes to get on the ride. With our Lightning Lane Pass, we were in line a total of 15 minutes, and so our pass not only saved us 30 minutes, but also the hassle of getting in the virtual queue, which I've heard can be stressful. Overall, this ride was 100% worth the single-use Lightning Lane Pass and is such a great ride. After more time at the Food and Wine Festival, we made our way to Frozen Ever After, which had an estimated standby wait time of 50 minutes. With our passes, it was basically a walk-on, and we were in line a total of 3 minutes, and the total time saved was 47 minutes. Definitely worth it. Lastly, we used our Lightning Lane Multipass for Remy's Ratatouille adventure. The estimated standby time was 50 minutes for this ride, and with our pass we waited a total of 4 minutes. The pass not only saved us a bunch of time, but the ride was one of the cutest and most creative rides I've seen from Disney. The ride is a definite must to book on your Lightning Lane Multipass. Overall, we spent $27 per person for both of our Lightning Lane passes for a total time saved of over 3 hours waiting in line. And again, this is for our group who did no research prior to the day and used the Lightning Lane passes inefficiently. With that said, the 4 rides we use Lightning Lane Pass for that I highly recommend are Soarin' Around the World, Frozen Ever After, Remy's Ratatouille Adventure, and Guardians of the Galaxy Cosmic Rewind. And lastly, here's a couple tips from my experience that can help your day run smoother. The first is to check out the locations of the attractions. Epcot spans a huge area, and so we found ourselves walking from one end of the park to the other just to go from one attraction to the next. This got pretty tiring, especially in the heat. Booking attractions that are physically closer together in sequential order can help save a lot of energy and time. The second tip is to check the standby wait times of the attractions you're booking the Lightning Lane passes for. Some have minimal standby wait times, and so using your Lightning Lane pass for the attraction may not make sense. Overall, our experience shows that despite being completely new to the system and inefficient, you can still save a bunch of time by purchasing the Lightning Lane passes. Hope this helps with your next trip to Epcot. Happy Disney travels!